It's my new profile. No. There we go. I'll do that's better. That's a better image. This is some honey behind me. That's better.
So you're at a coffee shop and you're loud without a mask.
I know. I'm allowed. Is it loud? Hang on a second. If I do that,
Can't hear you.
I'm putting it on mute. Is it too loud if you hear? Is it the background too loud?
It's what we got. So.
Well, hang on a second. I'll just do something very simple, which is it's amazing technology. It's called a door, and apparently you can go outside it. If I'm allowed out. Can I go out? Just a bit loud. That's all. That's fine. I'll get to see the. This is Bridget. She runs the cafe. She's got a she's very, very funny. Right, okay. Right, I'm back. This is Elijah. You can see that's Elijah.
Hello.
Where are you?
He can't hear you.
I'm in Vancouver, Canada. Oh, we got frozen. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Nope. 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 Nope.
You're in Canada.
All right.
I didn't hear the last 2 minutes.
Okay. Take two.
The connection's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm moving to my office, which is the outdoor toilets of this village.
Oh, very
It's got the best 4G anywhere in the village. I've located it. So this is the village of Tinnabruch. Tinnabruch, which means house on the hill in Gaelic. And then this apparently had a fire. It's a very nice restaurant, and this is the sea. These are people. I won't show them. And, oh, it's a bit windy, yeah? And this is my 4G office.
So we're going into the bathroom?
Well, this is the gents.
Nice.
But this is the thing. Look, watch this. I go in the gents, and the gents get a trough, right? This is what the gents get, right? And then this is what the ladies get. Oh, there's a woman coming out. Oh, wait, I'll show you what they get. The ladies get a lot nicer than the men.
What?
If you go into they're here to clean the toilets.
There's always something interfering in your office.
because this is the best 4G in the town, and it's covered. You know, I've got a cover. It rains a lot. This is my life. I've been in here for a week, and basically this is a candle from a ceremony I did, and it's still there. And basically, I just live here, and people go by, they wave at me. I'm the guy in the toilet.
With a viewership of 500,000 people around the world. And,
exactly. Yeah, 3.5.
Do you ever wonder why, like you look at the guy who did those 1 minute videos and now he's got like millions following him, and there's lots of people who over the years have done something and then it sort of took off. Do you ever sort of wonder why your stuff hasn't taken off to that degree when it's so much
I'm
better?
because these people become packaged products, and you know they have to sort of produce, pump out what the people want for 1 minute chunks of stuff. So he just basically becomes a robot and a chimpanzee. I'm not like that. I'm not playing that game.
No.
Graham, can you do this on a Tuesday at 5? No.
Can you stop walking down the street and counting your shoelaces and
We
talk?
need to package you and sell you because you're getting audience and attention, and we can make some money out of you. So please, just do what we say, and we'll give you lots of money. It's like, okay, no.
But
So
but you know
yeah,
what I thought actually, with I don't know what it is. Just it's like a bubble around certain people that whether it's the old paradigm or the people, they don't want this person to succeed because they represent such a threat in a sense, like it's if they ever actually got some attention, then a hell of a lot more people I think would change their mindset because you represent the mindset that is freedom, right?
yeah. I mean, I think Albert Camus wrote about it in the foreword to L'étranger, the book The Outsider, which had a massive impact upon me when I was 17. I think I read it when I was 17. I had to do it for school, I had to do it at uni as well. And it was about Merceau. If people are listening to this, it's about a character who he just did what he wanted. So if someone said to him, you want to go to the beach? He said, sure. Well, well, there's no reason not to go. That was his answer for everything. And then his woman he was with, do you want to marry me? Sure. Well, do you love me? Does it matter? Well, yeah. He said, well, there's no reason not to marry you, so I'll just marry you. So eventually he basically ends up killing an Arab with a knife because the sun got in his eyes. And for him, it was a natural response because it was annoying and he just got angry. The guy got angry at him, so he stabbed him. So what's the point? What's the problem? And at that time in Algeria, killing an Arab was not a major crime. And I think he was French or Algerian. So there's a whole political stuff about that as well. And then it just goes into the whole story of how the entire Algerian or French public destroyed him because he told the truth. So basically, the first line of the book is, "My mother died yesterday," or maybe my mother died today, or maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember. And the whole thing comes back to the fact that because he forgot his mother's death, he must be an evil person.
He was villainified for that, right? Like he was.
Yeah, and because and then because he went to a comedy film on his mother's funeral, that meant he was also evil. And because he had no remorse for just living his life, he was basically guillotined, either guillotined or hung. But before he's killed, he just says, I'm glad that I have not, something about the benign indifference of the world to truth." And Camus wrote that in the foreword that, the honest man is the most dangerous human in society. Yeah.
And so you decided to be that guy?
Well, I think there are many of us. And it doesn't have to be done the way Camus not I don't think much of a prophet. He wrote a lot about suicide, which I thought was bollocks. But I mean, whatever, Camus had a lot of influence on me when I was younger and just thinking about these things. And I think people want it, Elijah. They really want it, but it terrifies them. So that, like last night, an unnamed woman who had a birthday party, I ended up at their party, and she was a bit drunk. And she said, "Right, how old do you think I am, Graham? Now, I don't mind what you tell me. I'll just say I'll agree whatever you say." And I said, 61. She said, "How dare you? I'm 57. And I said, "Well, you just told me that I could say whatever I wanted. You're obviously not in your 60s, so I just thought I'd say it to see what you said. You're 61." So she, "I'm not talking to you anymore." I said, "Well, fine." But, so, and then because she was a bit drunk, she was saying a lot more truth than she would be if she. And then I come to a place and meet her today. And she said, I'm really sorry. I said, why are you sorry? You just told the truth. But what's the problem? It was fun. So people have this, when they have a few libations or, smoke a joint or do whatever, they relax a bit and then it all comes out. Or when they're tired. I think when people are tired,
Yeah.
they just slip into this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't it? I mean, if you, it's kind of like living with that social facade all the time, and having that game of playing the game versus people who just never think of it. It isn't there. It doesn't exist, right? Because they're being authentic, and that the social facade thing is really something you got to be carrying around and always thinking about, and that is part of the line, right? You're always putting on that mask or face they talk about in the Greek tragedies, and then you you like you're like a face remover, a mask remover, or like the weak spot toucher.
I was just lucky that I'm quite fast. I can run quite quickly. So, and then I always remember a guy in Glasgow who he claimed he had Asperger's, so he just sort of said things. And I was sitting next to him, and there's the barmaid at that time. I forget her name. Beautiful woman. And he just said to her, just came out and said, I think you're beautiful. You're absolutely beautiful. And I've been sitting here fantasizing about you naked. Do you mind me sing that? And she went, thank you. And then she looks at me. I said, don't look at me. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I agree. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Say, I agree. But it's just that you could see she liked that, but didn't want to be thought of by him in that way, But he's just telling the truth. And so it's that. How do you have to modulate constantly with every single person you meet to kind of get a sense of how much volume can you give to this particular person? And do you turn your volume all the way down just so that they feel comfortable, or do you just go and then they fucking run?
I had that experience yesterday. I had this sort of breakthrough in the maps just before my Lucille call. And then in the Lucille call, we did a meditation and something stronger came through. And there's like this blinding flash of discernment or insanity. It could be either one afterwards. And then I wrote this letter to somebody that I thought, just in the moment, it seemed like a great idea to do. But the hours went past and there's no response. And you're going, wait a second, I might have really blown it here. And then as the discernment fades into anxiety and because it's like, how I really said a lot in there, and most of the time that's probably not a good idea. This is usually when I lose people, when you turn the volume up whatever way, right? A lot of times it's due to excitement because you think, oh no, it's open, or they're ready, or I can do this. But then it's like, nah, I went past the limit, and now
it's that feeling of that I'm going to be fully received. It's like, this is where Brett Ann, we've known each other. This is the laugh, right? At the party last night, I'm explaining, oh, you've got, and this is my partner. And I said, you know what? I've not met her yet. What? Yeah, we've not physically met, but we love each other. And they're just, what? And I said, yeah, we've been talking every day for maybe an average 7 hours. Information, texting back. She does what I do. She's a weaver. I'm a weaver. We're all connected. She's a Titan weaver networker, massive in California. She's amazing, and we just connect on so many levels. So she's throwing her full volume at me, and I'm taking it in and throwing the full back. And it's like, oh, this is great. So it's absolutely just flying by at hyper speed, being able to receive each other. And most people would, as she's saying, they just run. Say, freak, you're weird, I'm off. And I'm the opposite. Like, turn up the freak value. Come on. Is that the best you could do? So we're meeting in Costa Rica.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, she's got it all. Yeah.
That's massive. And I think that,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's great. That's great because I think that also, at least I know that when I'm with somebody, they stabilize me to the point where I can actually function a bit. If I'm on my own, I'm I'm like I'm like full Captain Sweep. I'm going somewhere, and of course it's off the cliff usually because I'm doing
She
another.
said this wonderful thing. She said, listen, if we're around and I need a taco and I say, honey, I'm going to get a taco now, fuck off. Right? That's what you need sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, you can go on your own now. You do that. Okay, stop doing that. Don't write that. Don't write that. Don't write that.
yeah.
Don't send that one.
That's,
I understand where you're coming from. Beautiful. Love the authenticity. Love the sentiment. Don't fucking send it.
yeah.
We need that kind of thing. We stupid men, you know. I think from time to time, these women just have so much. I find is the more I give into that, and I heard this. She explained this thing to me about there's some kind of it's got a term. Whereas in any film, first of all, do you have women in the film? That's one thing. Secondly, do the women talk to each other? They're not just there to be the partner of the man. And thirdly, is there any scene where the women are talking to each other about something that's not related to the men?
Right.
And apparently, there's very few films in the North America that have got to get to three. You know, you get one, yeah, lots of women in it, and number two, yeah, women, but they generally are sidekicks or some whatever. But three, talking to women, other women about things that have nothing to do with it. Very rare, and I
Well,
found that fascinating.
I think that's true, but I mean, there's definitely a change in the media. I mean, since quite a while, where the women now are the heroes. The women are kicking the shit out
Yeah,
and killing everybody. So I mean, that's a kind of new direction, maybe. But I don't know about those other things you're talking about. But you're
yeah.
right. There's not a lot of like very intelligent dialogue. That's for sure.
Well, also, I'm hearing these terms around, you know, female patriarchy. Hearing the terms about indigenous, native, non-native, languaging, cultural um, curation of, you know, and you know all of this stuff. And because you're with Lucille, they know that very well how difficult it is for any white person to come into that dialogue and language and actually say, right, okay, if you're going to digit, you don't say this, or this, right? And there's that respect, and at the same time, to how do we have conversations with elders in these indigenous communities where we're just humans first? I don't have to look at you as an indigenous. I'm just looking at you as a person standing in front of me. Let's have a laugh. Let's have a chat about something. If it's constantly going back to because we've got to sort out the genocide stuff and the whole this shit that's happening and the destruction of the natural land and fight for it and defend it. At the same time, how do we have bridge the conversations as well? I mean, that's going to require, um, yeah, a lot of what I'm calling sitting in the fire.
Uh, I guess reading the context might come before that. Like here you are in the bathroom, having a chat. We're not in a ceremony in South America drinking ayahuasca, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Exactly. Well, sometimes it feels like that, Elijah. Here we
Well,
are. We could be. That's the background. But actually, folks, listen to this. We're actually in some shack in Colombia. Yeah, this is just all some sort of VR fancy manipulation. Oh, the screen will dissolve, and there we are in the jungle.
hey, do you know, I found, I don't know if I ever showed you this. I think if I put it in front of me,
I see bits of it, sort of circles and things. Yeah.
you see that? The
It says what?
tavern?
Hang on. The magical
Tavern.
tavern. Yeah.
Now so this is maybe I'll try to, anyway, it's a map of a whole game where there's 9 places.
Yeah.
One of them is a magical tavern. I'm pretty sure I did this before I met you. This was done quite a while ago because I always had like I had a magical tavern on a social media platform a while back. I think it was Tribe, and it was just wasn't the same as yours, but it was just the tavern where people come in and chat, and I was just creating these rooms with names to sort of match kind of like a VR environment. But the tavern was the place where people come and meet. It's obvious, right? But the whole game, like this is when you told me about I was in your kitchen.
Yep.
This was kind of like me going, oh yeah, well his tavern is in this game.
Perfect.
So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the double portal back and forth between the games, right?
I forget if we spoke about this, but the film, is it Spirited Away? Japanese manga type thing. It's not manga, but it's a really odd one where it's Howl's Moving Castle. So the
Okay,
Howl's Moving Castle, the castle moves.
I've
And
seen.
then when you go out the door, you do your and then you go out the door and it's whatever. So it's the same thing as if you go into that portal, you click it and then suddenly you end up in your map. People wander around, do their stuff, and then they go somewhere else, and then they end up randomly somewhere else. Or the intention is say, no, I would like to go back to that point to pick up something from the past or whatever, that story. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the problems with my office is that it's fucking cold, right? So I'm in Scotland as well. So I have to do these sort of bursts of going to the office, chatting to people, going back to the warm place, having a cup of tea, because the house I'm in has no Wi-Fi or 4G.
Okay.
So this is a big training for me in how to adapt and manage all of this stuff. And then because right down there, you can see, okay, there's a hotel way over there, about 15, 20 minutes jog, which sells beer and food until 10 o'clock at night. But it's 20 minutes away
Right.
in the cold, freezing rain. I'm not taxing or anything. So all these choices.
Gotcha. I mean, if are we at the end of our chat? I mean, we could.
Yeah, for now, but let's keep going because I actually may be, Vancouver's coming on the map and Brett would like to go. And I think we're going to do a road trip basically when I get back. She's very connected to the Buckminster Fuller Institute. We've got a lot of contacts in Seattle and Oregon. So we may be just basically, if this is being recorded and you're watching this, Brett, and this is not an idea, I do apologize. Okay. And if anyone in the future says, where were you? You said you were coming to France. We'll see. The whole idea is to get in a camper and just network like crazy.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be great to see you up here. By the time you come up, I'll be on the road too. So, I mean, it is a little COVID crazy here still.
We could organize a meeting or just a sort of gentle crash somewhere on a highway somewhere.
Yeah.
Camper to camper.
Okay, well, great to see you, and check back in soon, and then
Will do.
have a chat.
All right, cheers, Elijah. Enjoy your day.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, brother.